Yo! Today's video is a sequel, kind of, to the last video that I did, which was top 10 comic book characters of all time. I already did one that was top 10 comic book heroes of all time, so today's video is top 10 comic book villains of all time. I know, I'm breaking new ground, I know. Save your applause for the end, but you can go ahead and like and subscribe right now. We're almost to 300. I say we, but you know I'm doing all the work. Come on. Yeah, almost 300 subscribers. I almost said likes. 300 subscribers. So go ahead and subscribe right now. Do it. I'm not letting you go into this video until you do. Okay, good job. Let's just get into this video. I know this intro is shorter than usual, but I honestly don't really have that much to say for this one. This is going to be a really simple video, really quick and to the point, baby.
Intro, intro, drop it down. Word to your mother.
Number 10 is Livewire. This villain is honestly just really slept on. I am fairly certain that she first appeared in the DCAU, which is the DC Animated Universe Superman series. I'm fairly certain. I don't know. I don't think she was in any comics before that. And then they brought her into the comics after that. And she's also in My Adventures with Superman, which I did a whole video talking about, and another video talking about my favorite look for Superman in it. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man. Just go back in my videos and check. But yeah, this is just a villain that's really slept on, and I honestly love her. She's just really cool. I love this look, and I think My Adventures with Superman did pretty good with her too. I would have rather her. I don't know. I don't. They did pretty good with it, but I like this design better. It just looks cooler. Number 9 is Bullseye. If you don't know who Bullseye is, he is a Daredevil, Punisher, basically anyone that he gets paid to fight, but mostly Daredevil and sometimes Punisher. It honestly just depends who he wants to mess with at the time. Usually Daredevil. He's mainly a Daredevil villain, and his whole thing is he can never miss. He never misses. This isn't a superpower he has, it's just something he does. He is awesome. He's one of the most sociopathic villains ever. He's freaking insane. He murdered a couple of Daredevil's love interests throughout the different comic runs, and him killing Elektra, where Elektra kicks him and he says, "Oh, you're good, lady, but I'm magic," and then he pulls out a freaking playing card and then slices her throat with it across the room. That's so cool. He killed a person with a toothpick from across a room. He escaped prison by shooting out his tooth like a bullet and hitting the person in the head and instantly killing them. He's turned so many just random everyday items into weapons. His first kill in the comics, I'm fairly certain, his first his canon origin, his first kill is whenever he's younger and he hits someone in the head with a baseball. Dude, Bullseye is just insane and a really, really underrated villain. You're gonna hear that not too much in this, actually. There's a few that are underrated, but a lot of these are pretty known and kind of unanimously loved. Number 8 is Scarecrow. Whenever it comes to rogues galleries, I think Spider-Man and Batman definitely have the best two, and Scarecrow is one of my favorite Batman villains of all time. I love him. He's so just uniquely cool because as a threat, he's very minute as a physical threat, and honestly a intelligent threat. Also, he's not very smart, but he has his fear toxin, which makes him such a cool, unique threat. He's kind of like a weaker version of Mysterio, to be honest. That's what I get the vibe of, but it's a cooler version of Mysterio, too. He's just really, really cool. Number 7 is Magneto. Magneto has always been just a really, really cool, unique threat, because Magneto started out as a full-on terrorist. People knew that he was a villain, and they stated it. Even the humans, even the mutant sympathizers, and in the comics, the mutant sympathizers and the people who hate mutants, they all agreed. Even the other mutants agreed that Magneto was a villain. But nowadays, Magneto's he's right. I mean, it. he lived through the Holocaust, you know? Like, he knows where the humans and the mutants type of thing is going. He's seen it before, and he's just trying to not be put in that situation again, you know? And Charles just keeps on putting him back in that situation with his Holocaust laser. If you don't know what that is, yeah, Charles made him relive the Holocaust. Yeah, that's why Magneto wears the helmet. Don't take off the helmet ever again, Magneto. Number 6 spot goes to Granny Goodness. Granny Goodness is a character that I already made a video talking about who I would fan cast as her. If you want to go and watch that, it's a short on my channel that I made like a couple days ago, maybe last week. And yeah, I don't know, you can probably guess who I fan casted as her. But yeah, Granny Goodness is one of Darkseid's most trusted generals, and strong enough to stand up to Superman very, very shortly, mind you, most of the time. But she is very strong. She trained Big Barda, which is someone else that can stand up to Superman as well. And yeah, she trains child soldiers on Apocalypse. She's cool. She's really cool and really ruthless. She has times where she acts motherly, like genuinely motherly, to get what she wants, and then she also has times where she's torturing child soldiers to get what she wants. The main point of her is she does whatever it takes to get what she wants, and she's ruthless. She is one of the most ruthless enemies in DC Comics in general, and comics in general, I'd say. She is genuinely, there's nothing good about her. Other villains, like Magneto and a lot of other villains actually, have things that make them, like, they do it for a reason and they are at least a little bit good. They think what they're doing is the right thing. But yeah, Granny Goodness has nothing like that. She is just pure evil and wants power. That's all. Baron Zemo gets the number 5 spot, and this is one character that it made me pretty mad what they did with him in the MCU, but it's fine, whatever. He's a Captain American villain, Captain America, not American, Captain America villain that is a pretty cool villain before what happens, but then he gets trapped in a glue thing and it glues his mask to his face. That's it. That's how he gets his look. But Baron Zemo is a lot more than that. He's a very powerful, very wealthy, very smart individual, and he's just a really good villain. So my love for him mostly comes from the Thunderbolts comics. I knew of him, but didn't really care about him until I read Thunderbolts, and then I was like, oh yeah, this dude's freaking awesome, and he's so smart. He's just so cool. And yeah, I just really like Baron Zemo. Everything from his look to the way he talks, to the way he walks. Everything about him is really cool. He has a good swagger about him. I love him. He's so cool. And I really, really hope the MCU uses him in Thunderbolts. Make the Thunderbolts what they are in the comics instead of what it looks like they're going to do, which is just a Suicide Squad. I don't want another Suicide Squad. I need it to be the regular Thunderbolts, please. The Avengers are gone. This would be the perfect time for the regular Thunderbolts to come in and fill the void of the Avengers like they do in the comics. That would be so cool. I might make a whole video talking about what the MCU should do to fix their Baron Zemo. These next few ones I actually have the least to say about. Mr. Freeze I just love because in some incarnations he's just a really powerful, like the Batman from 2002 or whatever, the animated series, my favorite animated Batman series. He's just a normal thug that gets ice powers and freezes the city a couple times, does a whole bunch of horrible stuff. And then in other incarnations, he's a very sympathetic character who just wants to save his wife, and it really, really sucks to see him fail over and over. But seeing him, like, strive to save his wife is just always heartbreaking until he actually gets it. But even in the animated series, which is the series that made him who he is today, he was just a normal thug, just a normal thief in the original comics, but then they turned him into the very sympathetic villain. And even in that series, whenever he gets his wife healed and everything, he loses her because he sacrifices himself, and then she just doesn't want him anymore. It's really sad. His life really, really sucks. And also, he's just the best out of all of the cold themed villains, and there are a lot, especially in DC. Like, I'd say Captain Cold and him are the only two that are really, really good. And then Killer Frost is like number three, I'd say. Carnage is on this list because I think he's absolutely ruthless. He's the only one that's more evil than Granny Goodness on this list. He is pure evil. Cletus Cassidy is a serial killer who gets a symbiote. That's it. And he is insanely terrifying. I love him. He's just such a cool character, and the way he makes his weapons out of his body. And I know a few other symbiotes can do that, but like he does it best. Come on, and he's just horrifying. He's so cool. And then he gets like magical powers in some of them. Some storylines he becomes like actually godlike. But yeah, he's just Cletus Cassidy, and I love him for that. He's absolutely insane. Black Manta is in the number two spot, and it is all because of his personality and his suit. He's one of the most badass looking and just being villains in general. He's absolutely amazing. I mean, come on. Aquaman gets made fun of a lot, but I'm fairly certain, like now in the comics, even like the most casual of readers understand that he is pretty powerful. Like he's not Superman level strength at his best, but he's pretty good. He has fought Wonder Woman a little bit sometimes, and he owns his own continent under the water. He's cool. Aquaman's cool, and Black Manta has fought the man underwater and survived. Black Manta's just a normal human. That shouldn't be possible, but he can because he's badass. That's it. That's the reason I like him so much. He's really cool, and Young Justice's version of him definitely does not hurt. He's really cool in that too. Honestly, Super Friends had one. I can remember one episode with Black Manta, and I really liked him in that just because of the design. Yeah, it's mostly just Black Manta's design. I really like Black Manta, man. Number one used to be Black Manta, but over the last couple years, it's become the Maker. I really love the Ultimate Universe, like more than most people should. Yeah, it gets really dark and kind of stupid throughout a lot of it, but I personally love it. I love the edginess and just the somewhat cringiness of some of it, but I love it. And Reed Richards becoming the Maker is the coolest thing ever. If you don't know who the Maker is, it's Reed Richards, Mr. Incredible. Not incredible, fantastic. It's basically the same word. Shut up. Uh, it's basically the same word. And Disney has Incredible, and they're a family of superheroes. I think they stole from Marvel. Marvel should wait. Never mind. Marvel can't sue because Disney owns, both of the companies. It's fine. They could sue themselves. Okay, back to what I was saying. It's Mr. Fantastic in the Ultimate Universe who basically has a horribly shitty life. I'm talking everything goes wrong. Everyone he loves is either dying or leaving him. No one likes him, and he kind of just gets into a really dark headspace and then grows his head like a xenomorph so that he can be even smarter. And he sets off to recreate the entire universe, and he eventually does. The new Ultimate Comics, like the new Ultimate, I think it's, man, what is it called? The only one I know, comic book from it I know is the new Ultimate Spider-Man, because everyone loves it. But yeah, he created that. He made it to where none of the heroes exist, and he created his own universe. And I'm proud of him. He did good. I honestly don't know if he's shown up since he did that. I'm sure they're leading up to him being the main bad guy in the new Ultimate Comics. Hopefully they are. But yeah, I really like the Maker. He's so cool. He looks cool. Everything about him is awesome, except that head. That head is disgusting. That is some grody design, and I kind of love it. He's like a xenomorph. Dude, he's like the xenomorph clone from Aliens. What is that? Is it 3? I think it's Aliens 3. It's the one with like the really pale skin, saggy skin with like the little hairs coming out of its head. It's so nasty, so disgusting. Face only a mother could love, genuinely. Yeah, he looks like that. He's a freak. I know I sound like I hate him, but I love him as a character, but his head is nasty. His helmet saves it, though. I feel like if someone saw the Maker and had no idea that character even existed, they would probably think it's a version of Charles Xavier. Because whenever he wears his giant helmet that varies from looking absolutely just so dumb to looking like the most badass thing ever. He looks just like the Maker, like with his face and everything, other than the giant chrome dome in the back, freaking xenomorph looking all. But yeah, I don't know. I just love this guy. He's really cool. He's as smart as Reed Richards. He's just an evil version of Reed. That's so cool. Come on, guys. There, see, I said this video was going to be short, and it was. So go down in the comments and tell me your favorite villain, or your top 3, or top 10. I don't really care. Just tell me whoever your first one is, and then just keep going from there if you want to. Yeah, like and subscribe. Actually, I told you to like and subscribe in the beginning of the video, so, I don't know what you're still doing on my video if you didn't like and subscribe in the beginning. You're a horrible person. You should die. Go ahead and like and subscribe now if you want to. Yeah, I don't know. I like comics, and you do too if you sat through this crap, so like and subscribe. See ya.